Namaskar. Today we are on day 6 of our spiritual journey in Dhanurmaasa. So there was a question that somebody asked me saying that, do you think there is need of a guru for spiritual enlightenment? So yes, definitely the guru is the guide on the spiritual path. Now we all have heard so many shlokas about the guru, and from childhood we've been repeating this shloka, right? Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So what it says is that Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, Guru is Shiva, Guru is the Sakshat, the actual roop of God Himself. So since we cannot easily reach God by ourselves, the Guru is the one who will act as the intermediate and take us ahead on the path and guide us so that we ultimately reach God. So that role of a guru is very important. And in fact, the word guru itself, if you see its how it is derived, then it is said that gu and ru, these two words when they combine together, we get the word guru. So gu shabdastu andhakarasyat, ru shabdastu nirodhakaha, andhakara nirodhatvat guru ati abhidiyate. So Gu stands for darkness and Ru is dispelling of the darkness. So the person who takes away the darkness of ignorance from us, that person is called as a Guru. So what is this ignorance? If we look at it in worldly terms, we say that ignorance means not having knowledge of something, not realizing something. In spiritual terms, ignorance means we all have an Atma and there is Maya surrounding that Atma. So being caught up in that Maya and not realizing the essence of your Atma, that is what is called as ignorance. So the Guru is the one who takes away that Maya, that veil of Maya, and takes away our ignorance of our true self. And he helps us to understand what really we are. So definitely yes, the role of a guru is important and we must have a guru on the spiritual journey. Now the question is that many of us we don't have gurus. So how do you find a guru? How do you recognize there are so many gurus who are genuine gurus and there are so many so-called gurus. So how do you recognize who is a real guru? It would be nice if we could have a guide to this. But unfortunately, to be able to assess something, you need to be of a higher caliber than that thing, right? Only a teacher can assess the student. Only a boss can assess the subordinate. People should have more experience, more knowledge than someone to be able to evaluate if they are good or not. So all of us, we are novices on the spiritual journey. So we are not so great that we can assess and say, yes, this is good guru, this is not guru. We cannot do that. So in the spiritual practice, it is important for us to, more than searching for guru, it is important to see, am I becoming capable of being a Shishya? So we should focus on developing the qualities of a Shishya within ourselves. And when the time is right, when we have developed to that level, then the Guru will appear by himself in our lives. So instead of searching for a Guru, we should know that Guru is important, yes. But instead of spending all our time and energy in searching for a Guru, we should use the same time and energy to focus on our spiritual practice so that we become more purified, so that we become more capable of attracting a Guru towards us. Now, one of the very important things, qualities of a Shishya is the ability to obey instructions, Agnya Palan. So, am I ready to take instructions that other people give me? It may be in just general terms also. What happens is all the time our mind and our buddhi, manas and buddhi, they keep putting in their own inputs. And it is difficult for us to overcome those because we are so caught up in thinking that I think this is right, I think this is to be done in this manner. So we don't really learn to give up those things. So we must focus on overcoming our ego, on overcoming the impulses of our own mind. Like, for example, I heard of a story. There was one person who was a very good devotee, and he wanted very much to progress spiritually. So he thought that he will go to a spiritual organization and stay there and do his sadhana in that place. Now, after some months, he came back. So his friend asked him that what happened? Why did you come back? You said you are giving up the world and you are going there. So this person said that yes, I did go there, but when I went there, I was not getting time for meditation. My guru there told me that I should do this cleaning seva. I should do some other seva. I should go and help in the kitchen. So, what is the use of doing all that? I wanted time for meditation, so I went to the spiritual organization. There, they told me to do all these other works. So, I was not getting time for meditation, so I came back. Now, here we must understand that what was the attitude of this person. Although you went to the ashram and you got a guru, you were not ready to follow what the guru told. You had your own ideas about how your spiritual progress should be. Maybe the guru recognized that you need to have manolay and buddhilay, that is, dissolution of the mind and intellect, and you need to learn to do agnapalan. So that is the reason why you were given certain instructions. If you are going to have your own impulses about what you think should be done for your spiritual practice, then the guru is of no use to you. Right. So it is important for us to cultivate the spirit of listening to somebody when they tell us how spiritual practice is to be done. To do that, we have to achieve dissolution of our mind and ego. And for that, we have to do spiritual practice on our own, trying to get rid of these defects that we have. And if you are willing to learn, then everything in the world can be a guru. In the 11th skanda of the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a description by Dattatreya of 24 gurus that he has. So he describes how he learned from 24 different objects. You can read in detail if you wish to. I can send you a link for that. From the earth, I learned tolerance. From fire, I learned the need to stay pure. From wind, I learned how to be detached. From a child, I learned how to live a carefree life. And then another interesting, from bangles, the bangles which ladies wear, I learned the need for solitude. Now this is very striking because if you have only one bangle, there is no noise. When you have two bangles, they strike against each other and little noise is there. The more the number of bangles, the greater the sound that is produced. Of course, there is some other reason for why we should wear bangles, but what is the learning that you can take from the bangles is that if you are alone and in solitude, you can focus your mind on God and do your spiritual practice. If you get talking with another person, your mind diverts to unnecessary things. When there are too many people talking, there is a lot of disturbance. Your mind gets disturbed by whatever everybody is saying, and it becomes even more difficult to focus on spiritual practice. So, from all this, we understand that yes, having a guru is important, but we are not capable of searching for a guru because we are not so developed in the spiritual path. Instead, we must focus on developing our qualities of a Shishya so that it is possible for us to grow and attract a guru into our life. When the time is right, the guru himself will appear. Then we also know that we can learn from many things around us provided we have the attitude of learnership. So the activity for today that I suggest is that make a list of at least 5 people in your life from whom you have learned something of value. Now learning can be that when you see someone doing something right, you can learn from it. When you see someone doing wrong, also you can learn from it. When you learn the right things, you learn how you should be. When you see someone doing wrong, you learn how not to be. So both of those, overall, in your life so far, what you have learned from people, at least 5 people, make a list of that and call up at least one of those people today and say thank you and tell them that this is what I learned from you. Now here I want that you should use your discretion. Although I said that we learn from wrong people also, please don't call up somebody and tell them that you are doing this wrong and I learned from you how not to be like this. Let us be compassionate. Everybody is on their own journey. Everyone takes their own time to reach a certain progress. So they may be doing something wrong. It is not my role to go and tell them you are doing wrong. So People from whom you learned good things, people who taught you how to be better person. Try and make a list of 5 such people and then call up one of them at least and say thank you and express gratitude and say that this is what I learned from you. So I hope we will be able to do all these things today by Krishna's grace, and we will talk again tomorrow about something else which is of importance. Namaskar.